Hello student, today my topic is route of drug administration. In today's world of medicine, drugs are available in various forms. Some are liquid, some are a biphasic liquid, while certain preparations are semi-solid. The tablets, capsules, suspension, ointment, injection, sustained release preparation are some of the type of pharmaceutical used in the practice today. Hence, administration of this preparation also differ from type to type. Some are given orally while others are applied externally or to injected into a various body tissue. In this chapter, we will deal with the different route of administration of a drug and advantage and disadvantage of each route. Route of administration means a way or path by which any medicament is introduced to our body for absorption of so that it may produces its action for which has taken. There are many routes of drug administration like oral, parenteral, topical, sublingual. Selection of route of administration depend on its urgency and efficacy. There are various route of administration. Various route of administration available, each of which has associated with advantage and disadvantage. All the route of drug administration need to be understood in terms of their implication for the effectiveness of drug therapy and patient experience of the drug treatment. Route of administration play a very important role in the duration as well as the onset of action of any drug. This important factor should be mind while considering the administration. Before we study the route of drug administration, selection of route also important. Means to select the drug route on the parameter of physical, chemical property of drug, site and desired action of drug, rate and extent of the drug, metabolism of drug, response of drug, and condition of the patient. All parameters before the route of drug administration. In the physical and chemical property. Physical and chemical property of drug. If drug having a solid means example are a tablet given to give through the oral route and in the GIT in the stomach tablet having a disintegration and dissolution, and after that the entering into the systemic circulation or through the blood vessel. In that the time required. But in liquid is a directly dissolution and directly entering into the systemic circulation. No required dissolution and disintegration. For a liquid means a liquid having a more bioavailability to solid and gases having a more bioavailability as compared to solid or liquid. Solubility of drug any drug is a very important. Means if a lipid soluble drug or a basic drug or a acidic drug is also important. Their properties are important. Site of desired action, localized action or generalized action. Means if a wound is found, we apply a locally cream on that wound to cure. And if a infection on whole body, we require any antibiotic which effect on a whole body systemic circulation. Rate and extent of absorption of drug. Rate and extent of absorption of drug means a bioavailability. By giving an intravenous route, bioavailability is more other than as compared to a other route. means a tablet having a less bioavailability and injections having a more bioavailability. Metabolism of drug. In the liver, metabolism is occur. Metabolism in that the drug may be inactive to active form or may active drug into inactive form or may be complex structure in the simple form or may be converted into a toxic form also. Metabolism of drug is also for that important. First pass means a liver metabolized drug, that is called a first pass metabolism. Fifth one is response of drug. In emergency cases, we require a fast response of drug. For that, a route of administration selection is a very important. And condition of patient. The patient condition means a patient is unconscious. We does not give a tablet form. We required a intravenous or intramuscular injection. Route of drug administration. Classification. Route of administration. There are three main route of administration: enteral, parenteral and local. The enteral and parenteral. In that the same word is a enteral. Enterals means through the intestine. Enteral having a meaning intestine means any drug which is passes through a GIT tract, that is in the enteral form, and parenteral means beyond the intestine means which does not require to travel a GIT tract, which directly entering into the systemic circulation, that is the parenteral drug. And local application means that apply on a local area that we require a desired effect on that local site. In the enteral, there are three main types: oral, sublingual and rectal. And in parenteral, injection and inhalation. Injection in that intradermal injection, subcutaneous injection, intramuscular injection, intravenous injection, intraarterial injection, intraarticular injection, intramedullary injection and intraarticular injection. For that we study the one by one. Enteral route. In that the first, the term enteral is derived from the word enteron meaning intestine. In that the first, oral route of administration. In this route of administration, the drug, whether liquid or solid preparation, is placed in the mouth cavity is swallowed along with drinks such as water, milk. Sometimes the tablet is chewed by the patient and then swallowed from the mouth cavity after administration of drug, by which route absorption of drug taken place in the intestine. There are various advantages and disadvantages of oral route of administration. Oral route of administration is the most commonly preferred. Advantages of oral route of administration. Oral route of administration is the most of the commonly preferred and used route for the drug of administration. Most of the medicinal preparation are consumed orally. Drug administration by this route does not require any special skill is essential. The route is a very convenient and economical from infant to aged patient. Drugs to be utilized by this route need no complicated processes such as sterilization. Disadvantages of oral route of administration. Through the oral route is widely used in the medical field, it also has a certain limitation for its use in some emergency cases. It cannot be used in cases of unconscious and uncooperative patient. Patients showing symptoms of vomiting and diarrhea cannot consume drugs by oral route. Certain drugs preparation such as the insulin undergo degradation in the gastrointestinal tract. Hence, such preparation cannot be given by oral route in order to avoid their degradation by digestive juice. After oral administration, certain drugs like testosterone are destroyed in the liver cell, that is the hepatic first pass metabolism. The onset of action drug administered by local route is up to 3 to 4 hours. Due to delayed onset of action, oral route cannot be used for the drug administration in a clinical emergency. The technique of oral route of administration is the tablet or capsule is must simply placed in the mouth and swallow with water or any other suitable liquid. Second one is the sublingual route of administration. Sublingual route of administration, a tablet of medicament is to be placed below the tongue and allowed to dissolve in the mouth cavity. Thus, the active medicament get absorbed through the buccal mucous membrane. The absorbed material is then directly passed into the systemic circulation. Ephedrine hydrochloride tablet is administered by this route for the treatment of asthma. The tablet of nitroglycerin used as a treatment regimen for angina pectoris is also administered sublingually. Sublingual route also advantage and disadvantage. The adverse effect of drug can be prevented simply by advantages of sublingual route. The adverse effect of drug can be prevented by simply splitting the tablet. Also, the drug effect can be effectively terminated by spitting the tablet. As the drug directly reaches the systemic circulation, degradation of drug in the stomach is avoided. Fourth one, inactivation of drugs in the liver is also avoided as the drug bypasses the portal circulation before reaching the blood. There are only one disadvantage of sublingual route, that having a route is that the drug having the direct or toxic effect on heart should be costly administered by taking care of. Third one is the enema or a rectal administration. This route involves administration of liquid medicament into a rectum. The enema of two types, evacuative enema and retention enema. Evacuative enema is generally used to remove a fecal matter, and in that the maximum quantity of fluid administered at the time about 600 ml, and retention enema there are fluid administered about 10 to 120 ml. As it is evacuated the bowel, it is a term as a evacuant enema. Examples of evacuant enema are the soap water enema. Retention enema. Example of retention enema, paraldehyde enema for the production of basal anesthesia. Parenteral route of administration. The parenteral route includes the route of drug administration other than the alimentary tract. In the Latin, par means a beyond and enteron means the intestine. In the case of parenteral route of drug in the form of solution or suspension is either injected in the body with the help of hollow needle and the syringe, or in some cases in the form of vapor or a fine droplets drug are inhaled in the respiratory tract. There are advantage and disadvantage of parenteral route of administration. Injection can be employed in the unconscious or uncooperative patients. That's the advantage of parenteral route of administration. If the patient suffering from vomiting or diarrhea, that's also use the parenteral route. By this parenteral route, irritation of stomach is avoided. Drug which does not get absorbed from the small intestine can be administered. This route has the rapidly onset of action, which is a plus point in case of medical emergency. Injection ensure accurate dosage of the medicament. Bioavailability is more of parenteral drug as compared to the enteral route. Disadvantages. This route requires a special technique of administration. Second one, it is very difficult to control or reverse the effect of drug administered by this route. Self-medication is difficult in this case as a drug administered by this route requires a special technique. Skilled person is necessary for the injection to avoid injury to nerve or blood vessel. In the parenteral, first one is the injection is the intradermal. In this case, the drug is injected in the layer of the skin. Only a small quantity of drug can be administered by this route, and the injection is very painful. This route is used for the detecting allergy to the drugs. Example, penicillin is injected intradermally to observe allergic reaction to it. And it also used vaccines are administered generally by this route. Example are BCG vaccines and smallpox vaccines. Intravenous injection. In this case, the drug is injected directly into the vein. By this route, the drug produces rapid action and desired blood concentration of the drug is obtained by a definite dose. This route is quite useful for administering irritant and hypertonic solution. Drug with oily vehicle or those precipitating blood constant should not be given by this route. Drug should not be injected in the blood stream unless it is specifically indicated to do so. Advantages and disadvantages of intravenous route. The onset of action of drug is very rapid. Hence, this route is effective in emergency cases, and large quantity of drug can be administered by this route. The desired blood concentration of drug can be obtained accurately and immediately, by which it is possible to achieve by any other route. Disadvantages. Speed of drug entering into the vein must be controlled and maintained. In certain cases, the speed should be slow for drugs like iron and aminophyllins, as such high concentration of this drug in blood may be dangerous. Once the drug is administered intravenously, there is no retard, and its side effects are also quicker than that of the drug given by any other routes. Third one is an intramuscular injection. Intramuscular route of the drug is injected into the muscle tissue. Drugs administered by intramuscular route include a soluble substance, mild irritants, suspension, and colloids. The absorption of fairly uniform and even rapid as compared to a subcutaneous injection. The volume of injection should be up to 10 ml. Advantages and disadvantages of intramuscular injection. Mild irritants, suspension, colloids, and injection with a soluble oily base can be administered by this route. This route also ensures uniform and slow absorption of drug, which include drug with a low solubility as well as a repository penicillin preparation. Disadvantages. If proper care is not taken, there is a possibility of injury to the nerve, and injected drug may be produces local pain and abscesses formation. The total volume of drug injected is restricted up to 10 ml. Certain intramuscular injection need more time for absorption as compared to oral administration. Fourth one is a subcutaneous injection. Subcutaneous route, drugs are injected below the skin. Only non-irritant substance can be injected by this route. There is a slow absorption of drug in the route as compared to intravenous and intramuscular injection. In spite of slow absorption, drug action is a well sustained and uniform. Example, protamine, zinc, insulin, adrenaline in oil, certain hormones, etc. Intra-arterial injection. In this type of injection, drug is injected directly into the artery. This lead to localization of drug effect in the particular organ or tissue. The anti-cancer example is antineoplastic agent are given by this route. This route is also used for the diagnostic study. The drug inserted may produce a sudden high concentration of drug in the arterial blood and hence may be harmful locally or prove fatal for the tissue. Intrathecal injection. This route involves introduction of drug into the subarachnoid spaces. This route is used when a local and rapid effect of drug like a spinal anesthesia, antibiotic, and corticosteroid on the meaning are desired. Spinal anesthesia and acute central nervous system injections. It requires a strict aseptic technique. Intraperitoneal injection. Intraperitoneal injection is injected into a peritoneal cavity which offers a large absorbing surface. The drug so absorbed enter the circulation rapidly. Intraperitoneal injection is commonly employed in laboratories and is used very rarely. Intramedullary injection. When intravenous administration is not possible, the drug are directly injected into the bone marrow, that is the intramedullary injection. Intramedullary injection having a most rapid onset of action after intravenous injection. This route administration is particularly employed in infants and the restless patient. When are either blocked or useless for circulation due to the thrombosis or circulatory collapse, this route is contraindicated in the patient with the history of bacteremia. Intra-articular injection. Intra-articular injection involves administration of certain drug directly into the joints. This route of drug administration is employed for the treatment of local condition which can achieve high local concentration of the drug. Example are hydrocortisone acetate is given by this route in this treatment rheumatoid arthritis. In the treatment of rheumatoid arthritis. Inhalation. Drugs are administered either as an aerosol system or in the form of vapor in the inhalation. Besides this, certain drugs can be sprayed in the form of minute droplets which gets a deposit over the mucous membrane. There are various advantages and disadvantages of inhalation. Drug given by this route can be absorbed very fast, resulting in a rapid local and systemic effect of the drug. The systemic concentration of volatile substance such as anesthetic can be effectively controlled. Disadvantages of inhalation. As the drug directly enter into the left side of heart, there is a danger of a cardiac toxicity. Certain drug producing local irritation may increase a respiratory tract secretion. A special technical skill and sometimes specially designed apparatus is essential for administration of the drug. Local application. This is preparation are meant for their action at the site of application. This is external preparation include dusting powder, paste, lotion, droplets, ointments and plasters. The well-known example of external preparation for a local application is the posterior pituitary powder used as the snuff for the treatment of diabetes insipidus. Advantages and disadvantages of a local application. This is preparation provide an easy route of administration of a certain medicaments. Local application in general are useful when a prolonged effect of drug is desired. This is preparation decreases the possibility of systemic absorption of medicament. Disadvantages of local application. Drug in the form of watery solution are sometimes absorbed in the blood, which may lead an undesirable toxic effect when applied on the mucous membrane. The drug for a corneal application may penetrate or affect the ciliary muscles, example cocaine. Thank you.